Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, all of you wonderful people. I hope you're having a better than great kind of day today. It's Max of Billion with another great day where I'm blessed and highly favored. Guys, I'm so excited about this video today. I could not think of a better father to have than my very own father out here. Man, this is cool. This is cool, man. I appreciate you coming out and sitting down and let's talk, man. This is so organic. Let's just talk and talk a little bit about fitness, God, fatherhood, of course. I think that's pretty fitting. But let's just talk, man. Let's talk.
Yeah, it took you long enough.
I know, man.
I've been waiting on this video to happen. What the heck, man?
I know it, man. I have been kind of waiting to sit down for the right time to sit down and talk with you, man. I think now I've got two boys of my own, man. It's one thing to talk about being a father, but to actually walk it, I think is a different story, man. It's something different to experience. So
it's been a lot of fun watching you with the boys because, before you had kids, I tried to explain to you, you really don't understand what love is until your kids come along. And that's real love. That's what it's really about, to see those jokers and be like, you know what, I would die for you. I would take a bullet for you. There's nothing that I wouldn't do for you. And that's, of course, that's the way I've always felt as a dad. And to see you coming into fatherhood yourself and you seeing the boys just like that, man, I can't think of anything better as a dad than to watching your own kids, become parents. So it's been really, really fun to watch.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate those words, man, because it's been a change in my life that has taken me to a new level. One that, like I said, I couldn't see. I couldn't even understand until you start to walk and step into it. And you learn as you go. And of course, I've always got you to go to ask questions, man. If I ever have those moments where I'm just like, what do I do with these two boys? I know who to call, man.
Yeah.
But no, it's going to be interesting as they continue to grow up and as they continue to kind of develop their own personalities and who they'll be. But of course, my love for fitness and my love for God and my love for just being active, I want to bring them into that. And I want to do it, in a way that is teaching, but also not overbearing where it's like, this is what you have to do. But it's really something that like, hey, this is what Dad does. How did you bring me into fitness, and how did you introduce me into the love and passion that I have for fitness today?
I started working out when I was in my mid-20s. Up until that point, I had never worked out. I didn't understand the benefits of going to the gym or just working out in general. Not that you have to go to the gym. I didn't understand that. So it became my therapy. I could have a terrible morning at work, go to the gym, work it out, crush it, get all of that out, and have a great afternoon. And as you were growing up, I was chomping at the bit to get you in the gym with me. You were chomping at the bit to get in the gym with me because you saw Dad going to the gym all the time. That was something that you saw. So when you were 12 years old, because I had done all the research, and they say around 12 you're okay to start bringing kids and let him then introduce them to muscle development. We were both beside ourselves. It was fun for me and it was fun for you, and I got to introduce all of my buddies at the gym to my son, and he's gonna be a beast one day. That was a cool moment for me because I wanted to introduce you into that life. As you've experienced, it is a life. It's not just something you kind of do. It's a lifestyle that you decide to make, and and you meet so many wonderful people. And I wanted to introduce you into that so that later on down the road, you would understand the benefits of that, and then you would, like now, you're already looking forward to bringing your boys to the gym. introducing them to that life and showing them the benefits, not just health, but mentally. That's such a huge thing that a lot of people don't understand about going to the gym, is the pure mental health side of going to the gym every day. It truly is life-changing.
Man, that's so true. And I like how you brought up too that you were able to introduce me to your friends, to brothers and people you've met in the gym, man. It's something that I was thinking about the other day when I hear conversations of people getting frustrated about being stopped mid-workout to you know, getting interrupted for a conversation. But honestly, man, could you say that some of those conversations led to brothers in Christ and led to like real relationships, and God has used them to really connect you to in the middle of that conversation? And it all started in the middle of a workout. And so is it, you know, being stopped middle of the workout, man, that might not be such a bad thing, you know?
No, it's not a bad thing, man. And what I have found, and it may be surprising, because, you know, you see these guys in the gym and there's some big muscle heads and they've got a mean look on their face, but once you get to know those guys became some of my best friends. And you will surprisingly find that a lot of the people in the gym have the same mentality, mind, body, spirit. They're followers. You know, not everybody, but a large majority of people who are in the gym every day are followers. And that, I allowed that to be part of my therapy also, because I got to meet with guys that were also followers, and then I would be struggling with something, whether it be, hey, give me a spot, I'm struggling with this, and, you know, we could talk about different techniques, but that would also lead into, man, I'm struggling at work. You know, I've got this issue going on. I've got this person that I'm struggling with, and, you know, we could iron sharpens iron, man. We could really bounce things off of each other, and it truly became, it became a brotherhood. And still to this day, there's guys that I've been in the gym with for over 20 years now. You know, we're still able to connect on a fairly regular basis. Not as much now as I used to, because I'm on the road a lot, but I still look forward to coming into the gym and seeing those guys, because that's part of it. I've thought about this. If you go to the gym and nobody's there, are you as motivated to go to the gym? I'm not. You know, I want to go to the gym, get my workout in, but I want to see my buddies in there. Hey, man, what's going on? That's what gives me, you know, the motivation to keep coming back all the time. That's part of the whole experience for me. I know that everybody's not like that, but for me, man, that's a big part of it.
I stand behind that so much, man, because honestly, it's turned into mind, body, spirit. Just like you said, it's mind, body, spirit, man. We are in the gym not just to train physically, but mentally and spiritually. And I feel that a dynamic part of going to the gym is that seeing your friends, seeing your buddies, being able to be like, hey, man, how's it going? How are you? Are you struggling? I know you might be struggling with the weight, but are you also struggling? Are you struggling internally? Because there are some things that people are going through and battling. And by the way, I used to be that guy that had a very angry look on my face. I didn't want nobody to talk to me. I thought that was tough. I thought that was tough. Like, I thought that was the cool thing to do. But the reality is that it was almost putting a reflection off, like it was putting a bubble around me where nobody wanted to interact, and they were like, I don't want to mess with that guy. Like, he looks angry. He looks like he's somebody that I don't want to mess with. But what that was doing was that was giving off the wrong signal, right? Because really and truly, man, I'm a friend to anybody. You know, I'm a friend and I'm a brother to anybody. And if I go in there and, you know, put on this front or this mask, like, oh, I'm too tough. Reality is, man, there's so many people that look at that and just go, well, I'm not talking to him, man. I'm not having anything to do with that. But to be, you know, to use the gym and to use fitness as not just a place of physical growth, but spiritual growth, mental growth, and brotherhood. Like creating that brotherhood and community, man, that's so important, especially with us, man. You know, you're a father, I'm a father. A lot of times, man, as men, we are the head of the household. We are to keep it all together. We are to be the stronghold and the one that's the, when everybody else is crying, dad's the shoulder to lean on, right?
Yeah.
And whenever we go and create that community, man, it's a time to be vulnerable as dad. It's a time to actually to honestly put the dad title down and to just go, brother, I'm hurting. Like, hey man, like I'm in a mental battle right now. I'm in a spiritual battle right now. I need some advice. It's the time to put down the I'm too tough to show it. I want to be vulnerable with my brothers and talk a little bit about what's going on, man. So it's a great place to do it.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, because honestly, the enemy wants us to be alone, man. He wants us to feel like we're the only ones. We're the only ones struggling. We're the only ones going through that. C.S. Lewis put it best. A true friend is made when you find somebody and they say, oh, you too? And it became a mission of mine to be vulnerable, to be, in some ways I'm a little self-deprecating. I'm the first one to say, my shoulders aren't big enough, or I'm not good enough at this. That's kind of been my whole thing. But for me, I've always been willing to share my faults and my flaws, and I've been willing to share those with you, sometimes to a fault. There's sometimes that I'm just like, oh, I shouldn't have told him that. but I wanted to show you as well that, hey man, this is not just you going through this. We all, no matter what kind of pedestal we put people on and how much of a Superman we think they are, they're a man too, and they're going to go through the same things that we go through on a daily basis, and I'm okay being the one going, hey man, I've been there, I've done that, I've messed up, I've been down that road. If you need me, I'm here to talk about that, because I don't want you to feel alone in where you are right now, because that's not a good place, because I've been there too. I've been in that dark spot where he's just, the enemy's just like, no, nobody else deals with this. Nobody else is struggling with this. It's just you. Man, that's a dangerous place for us to be.
Absolutely. It sure is, man. It's a dangerous place to be, because you feel very, number one, you're vulnerable because you're going through the situation, but also you don't look like you feel this sense of being cornered and boxed in, man, and he can tend to do that to you especially. But no, I appreciate this conversation, man. This has been really cool. I really have enjoyed this video, and I hope that for anybody watching this as well, there's so much deeper that we could go into this conversation. Maybe we'll have to do a second video.
Yeah, dude.
We'll have to do a second video eventually, man. But like I said, I appreciate you sitting down with me, and we'll definitely have to do maybe another video in the future. But
look forward to it.
Yeah, man. Anyways, hey, I hope you all have a great day. I appreciate you tuning in, watching. If you like this video and you'd like more content, please like and subscribe. I'd love to share more with you, and there's going to be more to come. We're going to start interviewing more and more people, and if you actually have somebody you think would be a good fit for me to sit down and talk with, just drop it in the comment below. I'd love to sit down and have a conversation with them. But other than that, I love each and every one of you. I appreciate you, and thank God it's Tuesday, baby.